Hey all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we're going to be talking about those swordsmen from Doma, the wielders of katanas in two hands, and ultimately have a flourish while cutting down their enemies in an honorable fashion, and that is the Samurai. Before we get started with that though, if you like what I do, or you like the channel in specific, go on and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything the channel does. I've been told this next thing I need to push more. I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually in the Final Fantasy XIV category, but every Saturday you can find me doing something different. So keep that in mind, and that's at twitch.tv/Nimicry. Finally, there is a list of people on screen right now. Those are my patrons. They support a small creator like myself, and I am extremely grateful. If you'd like to join their ranks, you can do so at patreon.com/Nimicry. But without further ado, let's get into the Samurai. The Samurai. It was originally released in Stormblood as a melee DPS class, and it didn't have a lot of utility, but it did a lot of damage in the right hands. Let's see if anything changed for Endwalker. So, for Samurai, of all the melee DPS jobs, Samurai feels the most similar to its current state. Still, there are a number of changes and additions you'll have to anticipate. First off, Yaijutsu abilities get some slight potency reduction. Sad to see it. In addition to the Hisatsu Guren, Third Eye no longer grants Merciful Eyes or Hisatsu Seigen because those abilities are gone. Ooh, removing some abilities, interesting. Instead, Third Eye boosts the Kenki gauge by 10 in addition to its damage reduction effect. Although there are no difference in function, the damage buff granted by Jinpu and the cast time reduction granted by Shifu now have proper names, Fugetsu and Fuga respectively. Additionally, the AoE attacks Mangetsu and Oka grant their corresponding buffs instead of just extending their duration. See, that's wonderful. That is wonderful that it grants the buffs. So now you don't have to actually do one attack and then another attack to maintain the buff. One attack handles it. That's what we like to see. So beyond level 80, you get Shoha 2 at level 82, which is an AoE version of Shoha that requires the same conditions in order to execute. Hyosetsu at level 86 is a new AoE attack that you can combo with Fuga that also grants Setsu on the Sen gauge. Tsubame Geishi and Meikyo Shishui both get 2 charges at level 84 and level 88 respectively. And again, I apologize for my Japanese pronunciation if I'm doing it wrong. I have not taken any Japanese, but I'm trying as best I can. The biggest addition to Samurai is the Ogi Namakiri at level 90, a powerful cone AoE attack that also adds a stack of meditation. This move is granted by using Iki Shoten. You also get a new Aijutsu ability at level 90 called Kaishi Namakiri, which is another powerful cone AoE. Now, something I want to mention here that's very different is that all of the previous very powerful AoEs were lines, and the Samurai is a cone. It may not seem like a big distinction, but you now have a chance, instead of straight, you now have a chance to clip some other things and possibly do a little bit more AoE attack, or possibly have less chance of missing powerful attacks. So keep that in mind if you decide to play a Samurai. So let's go over the actions, changes, and traits. So we have Third Eye, reduces the amount of damage taken by the next attack by 10%. The duration is 3 seconds, and it increases the Kenki gauge by 10 when hit. Mangetsu delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies, so there's no fall off. The combo action with Fuga, if you combo it, it's 110 potency. The combo bonus grants Fugetsu. The Fugetsu effect increases damage dealt by 13%, and the duration is 40 seconds. The combo bonus increases the Kenki gauge by 10 and grants Getsu. Oka delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. Again, no fall off, which is important. The combo action with Fuga, combo potency is 110. It grants Fuka, and the Fuka effect reduces weapon skill cast time and recast time, spell cast time and recast time, and auto attack delay by 13%. So that means you're going to swing your sword a little bit faster. We like that. Of course, the combo bonus increases the Kenki gauge by 10 and grants Ka. We then have Shota 2. So delivers an attack with a potency of 200 to all nearby enemies. No fall off again. Can only be executed by accumulating 3 stacks of meditation by executing Aijutsu, Meditate, or Oga Namakiri. While in combat, meditation effect fades upon execution, shares a recast timer with Shoha. Hyosetsu delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. Again, no fall off. These are very important because if you remember, a lot of the earlier abilities, while they might have had a stronger potency, had a fall off on certain things. So this way you can kind of, I don't know how it's going to math out. The Balance Discord will of course do all the math for us later, and you can look for that about a week after the expansion launches if they haven't already mathed it out before. But the combo action with Fuga, the combo potency is 120. The combo bonus increases the Kenki gauge by 10, and of course grants Setsu. The Ogi Namakiri is one of our level 90 attacks. Delivers an attack to all enemies in a cone before you with a potency of 800. Ooh, look at that. That's nice for the first enemy, and 75% less for all remaining enemies. Grants a stack of meditation up to a maximum of 3. Can only be executed while under the effect of Oga Namakira ready. So it seems like a lot of our very powerful abilities have to have a buff that are essentially prepping you to use the powerful abilities, thus the ready. We saw that with the Dragoon. We saw it with several other classes. Then we have Kaishi Namakiri. Delivers an attack to all enemies in a cone before you with a potency of 1200 for the first enemy and 75% less for all remaining enemies. Triggers the cooldown of weapon skills upon execution. Cannot be executed during the cooldown of weapon skills. And it cannot be assigned to a hotbar. That's pretty good. That is a very powerful cone AoE. 1200 is amazing because the only other AoE that I've seen get that high was the Gunbreaker's final AoE. And that was a single target. That was the first target took 1200, and everything else had a 50% drop off. So keep that in mind. It's a very powerful attack. Enhanced Fugetsu and Fuka. Improve Fugetsu's damage increase to 13%, and Fuka's reduction to weapon skill cast time, recast time, spell cast time, and recast time, and auto attack delay to 13%. So you get that at 78, and then of course triggers the Fuka and Fuketsu abilities. Enhanced Tsubame Gaeshi. Allows the accumulation of charges for uses of Tsubame Gaeshi, maximum chargers 2, so similar to the Machinist with Recalibrate, similar to the Dragoon with their abilities. Enhanced Meikyo Shuishi. Suishui? Suishui. Boy, that's a hard word to say for me. Allows the accumulation of charges for consecutive uses of Meikyo Shishui. I think that's how we pronounce. And then, of course, we have Enhanced Iki Shoten. Grants Ogi Namakiri ready upon successfully landing Iki Shoshin. So you'll have to lance Iki Shoten to Ogi Namakiri, which will then allow to Kaishi Namakiri, and that seems to be your big damage ability, so keep that in mind as you have to do some movements. So Samurai does seem to be a lot of fun. So who's going to be swinging katanas? You know, after all, while you were busy mastering magic, I studied the blade. Insert meme here, as it were. I think the Samurai is going to be fun. So let me know in the comments below if you're going to be playing the Samurai. I may actually have to pick that up as a melee DPS class to see what's going on. Eventually, I do want to level all the classes, but some you enjoy more than others. For example, I love the Paladin's my favorite tank, but I wouldn't mind leveling the other tanks to see how they play and to be able to be adaptable in any situation for whatever class is needed in order to play to the meta, so to speak. Additionally, if you like what I did here, or you like the channel, go on and click subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything the channel does. As you know, I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with Saturdays being a different thing other than Final Fantasy XIV, so keep that in mind, and you can find that at twitch.tv/Nimicry. If you'd like to have a longer conversation with me, there is a link to my Discord down below. If you'd like to keep up with everything I do on social media, or chat with me and send me quips and things and corrections, you can do that on Twitter, and it is at Nimicry, Nimicry. And finally, for those who wish to go above and beyond the call of support, there is the Patreon, and you can support at patreon.com/Nimicry. It is never mandated, but always appreciated. And of course, I enjoyed making this video for you guys. Hopefully you have fun in Endwalker. I know it was delayed 2 weeks, but I'm very excited, looking forward to seeing what happens. May the mounts you're farming drop on the first kill. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.